I love Alton Brown. I don't want to presume that Alton is watching this, but Alton, if you are, I heart you. I, like so many people out there, have learned most of what they know in the kitchen from you. And so I totally love you and I appreciate you, but I have to tell you that you're wrong about something. And I know you're not used to being wrong, so sit down. Years ago you said that you can't make perfect baked ribs in under 3 hours. Well, I took it upon myself to figure out whether that was true or not, and guess what, my friend? I can make perfect ribs in 1 hour and 40 minutes. So this is really simple. I'm not going to teach you today how to make my special spice rub or anything else. I think rubs are really personal. So right here I have a rack and a half of ribs. I've already put my dry seasoning on there on both sides. Now I'm going to teach you my technique for making perfect, moist, insanely delicious, fall off the bone baby back ribs in 1 hour and 40 minutes. Alright, so you're going to need 4 pieces of aluminum foil and a little sheet pan like this that has about 1 inch of depth. It seems like lately all I do is make videos with tin foil. Funny though, because it's the only 2 times I really use tin foil in general. You're going to need some liquid. I recommend some sweet liquid, something like pineapple juice or a blend of juices. I like to use Purity Organic Citrus Passion juice. I think it's delicious and it adds just the right amount of acidity and sweetness to my ribs. So a lot of people, what they do is they boil ribs to make them tender, and I think that's terrible because basically you're just making a rib stock. What I'm doing here, and what I'll show you in a moment, is that I am basically steaming the ribs in a pouch, and it's lovely because this wonderful juice infuses the ribs with this great sort of mild sweetness but doesn't overpower them, and it keeps them moist throughout the entire process. Alright, so what we're going to do first is I like to use normal, like light aluminum foil. I tried it with the heavy duty one, like the heavy gauge one, and it didn't work. So we're going to fold over the sides. I think for my purposes right now I'm going to get rid of this guy. I fold over the sides. I've done this before in my how to freeze bacon video. You want to fold them over twice, and you want to get a really nice tight cinch on them. Because what I'm going to do with this guy is I'm going to line my pan with it. Make sure not to tear the foil because then you're going to ruin the pouch effect. Then I'm going to grab my liquid. Again, you can use pineapple juice. I wouldn't use water because it's not going to bring anything to the flavor party. And I like it so that there's just enough liquid on the bottom. We don't want the ribs swimming in this liquid or sitting in there, and that's why I'm putting them bone side down. There's bones, meat, lay them down nicely. I probably could have fit 4 in here today, but I wanted to look prettier for video, so. Okay, so they're not really like sitting deep in there. They're just sort of sitting over the liquid. I'll wash my hands real quick. So then I'm going to get my other 2 pieces. I'm going to stitch them over. Cooking barefoot like Shakira. Alright. So then I'm going to carefully lay this over the top. Like so. So I'm going to join the edges, and I'm just going to crimp them. This doesn't have to be neat. Crimp the edges. Super, super, super important that you really do a good job of crimping the edges. So I just went around kind of loosely once. I'm going to go around a second time and just really tighten that up. without tearing it. So it's a little bit delicate, whatever. You'll learn the proper technique after doing it once. So I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees. And I'm at sea level for the most part, so it really takes 1 hour and 40 minutes exactly to make these ribs. But if you're in the mountains, it might take a little longer. So what I would say is set it for 1 hour and 40 minutes, and when you start to smell rib, or if you don't smell rib at 1 hour and 40 minutes, leave it in for another 10 minutes at a time, and then you'll be fine. So what I like to do is leave a little bit of space in here. Alton wraps them tight and then makes an opening at the end. I like to leave a little space in the middle because this will puff up in the oven with all that concentrated steam. And in my opinion, that lovely steam is what's going to break down those fibrous tissues of the ribs. That was so Alton-y. Okay. All right, stay tuned. Stick them in the oven now. Woo! All right, guys, so be careful because this is heavy. There's some liquid inside of here. You don't want to, spill it over. It's happened to me that I've spilled them over and it hasn't been cool. Stick them in there, close it up. Don't open it up for 1 hour and 40 minutes. Every time you open your oven, the temperature drops and it has to take time to come back up. So you're gonna ruin the whole thing if you keep opening it. Invest in a light bulb. Oh, look what we have here. The alarm's going off. Woo! Ribs. So as you can see and hear, the sizzle. Don't look at the oven, it's not my fault, it's really old. But here we have the ribs that are finished, and oh my gosh, if you can smell this. Okay, so I'm gonna take them out very gently because if there's any cracks or anything, or any liquid that has escaped, we don't want that falling out. So as you can see, there's like a little bit of a crack there. It's not really a crack, but where the steam has sort of started to seep out. All that yummy, ribby goodness. Oh my goodness, it's like Christmas. All right, you guys be really careful because there's hot steam inside of here. So I'm gonna poke a little hole in the corner, and then I'm gonna start to just open up the package. See, hot steam, hot steam. Woo-wee, steam bath of pork. My favorite kind. Gorgeous. Look how that just comes up. Okay, try to do this quickly because I'm on camera. So here's the situation. These don't look that great right now because they still need to go into the broiler. But oh my gosh, do they smell incredible. So what I'm going to show you right now is, so first of all, that gorgeous jus. Any other day I would pour that off and stick it into, actually maybe I'll do that today. Pour it off, stick it into a saucepan, reduce it down, and maybe create a glaze for my ribs. But today I'm going to pour it off and stick it somewhere else, and then I'm going to just slather these with barbecue sauce. But I want you to see how tender these are and see how the bones are exposed. The meat has pulled away. That means they're done. Okie dokie, so I've taken my favorite barbecue sauce, which is Trader Joe's all natural barbecue sauce, and I've added just a tiny bit of my favorite honey mustard, which is Sierra Nevada Pale Ale honey mustard. Delicious. And I've slathered it on with these little finished racks of ribs, and I'm going to continue slathering over here. These are so amazing, it's almost illegal. My mouth is watering. The amount of time you put them in your broiler to brown them will depend on your oven. A little bit here, a little painting here. I'm just having fun at this point because they're done. Okay, I'm going to stick them in the broiler and then I'm going to show you what they look like after a few minutes. Okay guys, it's time for the moment of truth. I want to show you this. Look at that. Amazing. Look at that moisture. It's so amazing. So good. I already showed you how beautifully these come apart, but I'll do it again. Oh, look at that. Oh, look, hear that. Oh, it's insane. It's like So good, it's disgusting. Look at that. Tell me that is not a perfect rib in 1 hour and 40 minutes. Come over, Alton, I'll give you some. I can't do it anymore. I'm just gonna eat this. Ah. Mm. Mm. Oh my god. Mm. Mm. Okay. Done.